All right, Travis, this week you only had the one game. It was against Villanova, a team we talked last week about. This was a measuring stick for the Big East to see where you guys are at. And I know it's cliche to say, oh, it was a tale of two halves, but boy, that game almost seemed like two separate games with how it came out. What do you take away from this game, and what was the difference between the first half and the second half for you guys?
Yeah, number one, Nova's got a really good team. I mean, they're I think, predicted to win our league for a reason, man. They got a great team, so got a lot of respect for them. But I thought, like you said, Chris, it was a little bit of a tale of two halves. I thought we got what we wanted for the most part in the first half offensively. Got the ball where we wanted to get the ball, which was inside. And I thought defensively we were pretty good. We kept them off the 3-point line. Second half, I thought our shot selection was poor. And that and our turnovers. We had several turnovers early in the half. I think we had 4 turnovers in the first 3 minutes. Just didn't set the tone the right way. And again, give Nova a lot of credit, but we got to be a heck of a lot better. I mean, it was a 2-point game with 3.5 minutes to go on the road at Nova, which I'll be honest, we haven't been in that position ever since I've been here at Xavier, and we didn't even play well. And again, give Nova credit, but again, we didn't play well. And so I think it shows, hey, listen, we can compete with anybody in our league night in, night out, but we're in for a war every single game, right? And there's no off nights in the Big East.
First half, shoot the lights out of the ball, like you said, offensively, it all kind of clicked for you. The second half, I believe this stat was 0-14 from 3-point in the second half. When you're in a game and it's not like, I guess, a football game where you could say, all right, we're not going to run this play anymore because it's not working. You got to still be able to shoot the ball. What can you do as a coach to try and change things up and get the guys to get their shots starting to falling in the flow of a game?
Yeah, I think you got to be a little bit more patient. I thought we took some quick contested shots, which again, we can't do, right? And you have to earn your shots against Villanova by executing. Now, Nova does a great job of they're playing a little bit smaller, Chris, so that, their center is probably 6'8", and he's about 275 pounds, but they're a little bit of a smaller team. They do a great job, probably the best job of any team in the country at fronting, right? The low post. So they make it really, really difficult to get the ball in there. We weren't able to get the ball in there nearly as much in the second half as we did the first half. First half, we got it into Fremantle, we got it into Jack, and that's where we knew our advantage was. But again, they know that as well, and they do a really good job of keeping you away from it. So, just getting better rhythm, being a little bit more patient. I think that's really important in all offense.
No coach is ever going to come out and say, moral victories are what we're looking for. Obviously, the game is and went the way that it did. What do you take out of that game? And especially because it is early on in Big East play that you can put to your guys going forward that they need to adjust to?
Yeah, I think that just the shot selection, you got to earn your offense. You can't just shoot. Shooting will come and go, but you got to earn good shots against good defense. And then I think the other thing is just the level of physicality, Chris. It's Villanova is very, very physical, probably one of the more physical teams in our league. They don't foul though. They do a great job of showing their hands and chesting you constantly, bumping you off your spot. Those are a couple takeaways from that game that we can do moving forward. Again, I think there's a lot of hope for us. Obviously it's next game up here for us with UConn, but I like our team a heck of a lot. Wish we would have got that one in Nova, but I do like our team a lot.
We'll get to the UConn game in a second. In college basketball right now, it seems like it was last year early on, COVID cancellations left and right. I know you guys haven't been hit by that yet, and hopefully you won't have to deal with that this year. What do you tell your guys, and what's your message to the team about being smart and really making, I guess you could say, those good decisions to try and keep your team as healthy as it can be when it seems like chaos is kind of taking over everyone?
As Joe Burrow said, man, there's not a lot to do in Cincinnati, I guess, right? We've been lucky so far, and again, here's the thing. It's probably not a matter of if we're going to get it. It's a matter of probably when, right? You look at it holistically, what's going on across the whole country. I think that this variant is very, very, very contagious. I hope everybody stays safe and healthy, and we're going to do our part. We're going to try to make great decisions. There's only so much you can control though, right? And that's, again, for us, it's just next game up. Whoever we play, obviously it's UConn for us next, and we're going to prepare for them like it's the national championship game, and then we'll move on to the next one. But we're going to try to keep our guys safe and healthy as possible and just making responsible decisions.
This week is an awkward week because you have the holiday this week and guys want to be able to be with their families and everything else going on. What was your approach to practices this past week? Did you give the guys a couple days off? Did you keep them there? How did you approach that?
So our guys got to go home right after the Villanova game for a couple days. We actually had practiced on Christmas night late. I let those guys kind of stay as long as they could at home. But knowing that we had UConn on the 28th, it's like, man, you got to practice 26, 27. Felt like we needed to get our wind a little bit, our conditioning right on the 25th. So we just did a kind of a run and shoot on the night of Christmas. And then, like I said, 26th, 27th, we're practicing full go.
Nothing says Christmas like conditioning, right? It's the gift
That's
that keeps
exactly
on giving.
right. Yeah, that's exactly right. It's all about giving. That was a gift for those guys.
You got a big one. UConn has played really well at points this year. They beat Auburn. They were only 4 points down to Michigan State. They flirted with the top 25. Tell me about the Huskies and what kind of challenge they're going to be for you guys on Tuesday.
Yeah, I think they're one of the toughest teams in our league. Very, very, very physical, big, athletic. They're going to try to bully you. On the glass. They're an elite offensive rebounding team. They block a ton of shots. They got a really good fifth-year senior guard in RJ Cole, who controls dictates the whole flow of the game. And they got a really good team. You mentioned it, like when they've had Adama Sanogo healthy, I think they're a top 10 team in the country when they got him. Right? He was hurt there for a while. He's back. He's as good of a low post player as there is in America. He's an elite player. So we're going to have our hands full, man. We got to really, really, really battle them and be physical with them on the glass, and then try to make things difficult for Sanogo around the rim, which will be, again, all 5 guys on our team have to do that.
Your depth is something that we've talked about this year when it comes to offensively, because you can do so many different things. When you got guys like Fremantle and Nunji, and you're able to switch up maybe the style a little bit on a guy like that, what kind of advantage is that for you?
I think it's big, Deontay Miles. We got different guys we can throw at a guy like Sanogo, and we got different ways to play the post as well, whether we're going to trap or not trap, and try to keep him out of rhythm. Because again, when you play against an elite level player like that, he's going to draw a lot of fouls. It's the way he plays, and to be able to have the depth that we have, man, gives us a huge advantage.